Hey guys, I'm Visit Joan and welcome to a very special video. As those of you guys who know me know, is that I have never actually beaten my favorite champion. I actually started trying in Pokemon White this year, but I never actually did defeat her. Well, as of 12:48 p.m., October 30, 2017, that statement is no longer true. That's right guys, I beat Cynthia. So I'm going to tell you how this all went down while it's still fresh in my head, and I remember it like it happened yesterday, but that's kind of because it did happen yesterday. So some of you may or may not know that this year I've been basically finishing a lot of my unfinished Pokemon games. I never finished a lot of Pokemon games because I had no confidence in myself. I still don't. This year I've been going back, I've been finishing games, and I played through all the way through White again. It was the first playthrough of the year, and then I finished X, I finished White 2, and then I did Alpha Sapphire playthrough, which was to kind of get me through a really crummy vacation, don't ask. As soon as I was finishing with that, I'm saying, okay, you know what, it's time. I feel it, it's time. After this, I'm going to go back to Pokemon Pearl, and I'm going to finish it. This specific copy of Pokemon Pearl is one I got 9 years ago when I was back in high school. Anyway, I figured, hey, I'm better than I was way back in the day when there was Generation 1 and Generation 2, and I could probably get farther in this game than I could before. I eventually got to Spirit Pillar after the 7th gym, and I kind of quit because I didn't understand the idea of having 6 Pokemon on a team, so I would just rotate out after every gym battle, and I would just have to grind and grind and grind, and I hate grinding, and it's really annoying, and I just got so annoyed that I couldn't play the game anymore. So it's been sitting now all this time waiting for me to finally come and pick it up. I was like, you know what, let's do this now. So I had my team all set up. I had the Empoleon, which I started with. Xeno starters are my favorite, but Piplup is the cutest, so I started with Piplup. I had the Staraptor I caught like one of the first days I got the game on like the beginning route, and I chose to use that because it had a lot of great moves. It had Fly, it had Close Combat, it had Endeavor, really great moveset. I was actually happy with that moveset. So I used the Gengar. Now this Gengar, it was like 4 years ago, I was playing Soul Silver and I'm like, I need to trade this Grappler to get it evolved. Oh wait, I have another DS, I can do that. Oh well, I might as well trade this Haunter. So I traded the Haunter, traded it back, and I got a Gengar. So I'm like, you know what, I might as well use this Gengar. I kind of like this Gengar. But I'm like looking through all my team and I'm thinking, no, none of these Pokemon are going to cut it. So I go back to the beginning route, I catch a Shinx. Tilly the Shinx, level her up to a luxury. And then I'm like always saying that when the Diamond and Pearl remakes come out, I'm gonna get a Gible, so that at the very end, it'll all come down to Garchomp versus Garchomp. And I'm like, why wait for the Diamond and Pearl remakes? I can do that right now. So I went, I got a Gible, Janine, I'll explain the story behind that later, but leveled it up all the way to get to a Garchomp, which is not easy to do. Dragon types are really hard to level up. And then for my final Pokemon, it was actually something I traded over from my Platinum game. It was around the same time I traded the Gengar and Graveler, and I was just on the bus, had nothing better to do, and I had a female Eevee, and I'm like, you know what, I can breed Eevee. So I started breeding Eevee, and out of like 7 or 8 eggs, I got like 4 females. And that's pretty good, since Eevee has a 7-to-1 gender ratio. I'm trying to figure out what my last Pokemon was. I actually got a shiny Chingling in this playthrough, which I've never gotten on a game where the odds were lower than 1 in 4,000, or whatever that, 4,009, whatever that number is. But it wasn't going to pull its own weight, and even as a Chibaco, it just wasn't going to do anything. So I'm like, I need a 6th member of the team. I decided, you know what I really need is a Grass type, because I need something to do with Bertha's Quagsire, which is a pain in the butt. And a Grass type works nicely with that. So I went to my Platinum game, got the Eevee, evolved it into a Leafeon, and then traded it over to my Mallory. So that was my team. So anyway, the first part of the battle was actually pretty easy. I mean, I kind of knew what to do. The problem was when she sent out Garchomp, which a lot of you know, I don't even need to say it, do I? So basically at this point, she had her Milotic, I had Tilly, and I decide, okay, I'm gonna use Thunder. Thunder hits, it does about half damage, and it paralyzes the Milotic. And so I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I think she's going to switch out. So I'm thinking, okay, either I can predict the switch out into my own Garchomp, or I can keep Tilly in and hope it goes for Earthquake, which is something I know Janine can tank. So I decide to actually keep Tilly in, go for Thunder in case she doesn't swap out, and she actually does, just as I predicted. And of course, since Garchomp's ground type, Thunder doesn't do anything. So I use the next turn to switch out into Janine, and Cynthia's Garchomp ends up going for Giga Impact, which is the best case scenario because now I get a free Dragon Rush. So Dragon Rush hits. It does about half damage, which activates the Citrus Berry on the opposing Garchomp. So Garchomp has like a little over half, but I'm thinking, you know, Dragon Rush, it's super effective. It's a powerful move. It's stab. If I can hit it one more time with Dragon Rush, I can take this thing down. Since her Garchomp is like 10 levels higher than mine, hers is faster. So she goes first, and she also goes for Dragon Rush, which misses. And then I'm able to get my Dragon Rush off on Garchomp, and Garchomp goes down. So at this point, she sends out Lucario. Now I'm thinking, okay, Lucario's a Steel type, so a ground type move would be really effective. So I could use Dig, except for the fact that I'm pretty sure this Lucario knows Earthquake, so I'm not gonna go take that risk. So I decide everything else I have is kind of resisted. So I'm like, you know what? Janine's my highest level Pokemon. I'm gonna leave it in there. I'm gonna go for a heavy hitter. I'm just gonna do Dragon Rush again because that's pretty much the best thing I've got. However, I happen to forget that Lucario knows Dragon Pulse. So now we're both without a Garchomp. So I'm thinking, okay, who do I send out next? Lucario is a fighting type. I have a couple things for fighting type. I can send out Gengar, which is immune to all the fighting type stuff. Or I can send out Staraptor and hopefully hit it with a fly. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use Staraptor. So I pull a Staraptor, and I'm able to get one fly off on Lucario, and it does do some pretty decent damage. Takes it down to about half, and then Lucario uses Psychic, which is another move I had no idea it had. And it crits. Poor Staraptor. So at this point, I know I'm pretty much not gonna win. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna win, but I'm not gonna go out without a fight. I send out Gengar, or try to hit it with a Shadow Ball or something like that. I remember that Lucario crit twice in a row. I just don't remember what moves they were. I know the Psychic was one crit, and then it crit something else, which was just ridiculous, but anyway. I send out the Gengar. I don't think I get an attack before it psychics me again. And then I send out Empoleon, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I have one max revive, and I can use it now. And I can get Staraptor back. And hope it doesn't crit again. Or maybe I can wait and use that max revive when I actually know I can win. Because at this point, I still don't think I'm gonna win this battle. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use the max revive, and if I don't win, I'm gonna quit without saving and try it again. So I use the max revive, and Empoleon gets hit with an Earthquake, it goes down, and I'm able to pull out Staraptor again, and I'm able to hit it with a fly, and it does about half. So now Cynthia's left with Milotic, who is taking half damage and is paralyzed. So I'm in a really good position here. So I'm thinking, I might just be able to pull this off. So I get Tilly back in there, and I have Tilly use Thunder, it hits, and Milotic lives on 1, and it uses Mirror Codes. So now it's just Milotic versus Staraptor. And I know the next thing Cynthia's gonna do is she's gonna use a Full Restore. So I take that turn to heal Staraptor as well. And I'm like, okay, now I gotta take this Milotic out without a super effective or a stab move. My best chance for doing that is Fly. So I get a Fly off, and it does a little over half, and I'm thinking, I'm in KO range. If I can just hit it with another Fly, I can win. And Milotic goes for Ice Beam. And I'm thinking, well, at least I was this close. Maybe I'll try again next time. And Ice Beam misses. Probably thanks to the couple of double teams I put up on Staraptor, but still, it misses. And I go for another Fly, and I'm like, please KO, please KO, please KO! And it hits. And I'm just watching the HP bar. The HP bar moves really slow in Diamond. Oh my goodness. I'm just watching it. And it goes down. And it gets to 0. And I'm like, yes! I can't believe I just did that. So that's the story about how I beat Cynthia and Pokemon Pearl. This is now my greatest accomplishment in Pokemon. I'm so happy, I'm so thrilled with myself. And if you like this video, please, by all means, feel free to give it a like. If If you want more Pokemon content, be sure to subscribe. This channel does have a Twitter at VisitJoneVideos. If you want to get updates on videos and stuff like that, then by all means, go and follow us on there. And that's pretty much it. That's the story. That's pretty much all I have. So I will catch you later.